Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show, The Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Saradeep from the Arsenal Bengal official supporters group. Hi bro, how are you?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Really nice weather. It's a beautiful day here today. We've had some really
Yeah,
nice weather this summer.
it's
Not so much
nice. It's
rain.
nice. It, it's also nice weather in India as well. Because the monsoon has just started. So it's from the scorching heat. Finally, we are getting some kind of respite, courtesy of the rains and also. Yeah, it's nice in here as well.
Okay, what sort of temperature is it right now?
It's
What's-
around 24, 25. It's around 20. I know it's still pretty hot for you guys, but 23, 24, 25 degrees centigrade are, it's pretty comfortable for us. So yeah, it's so far for us, it's been a bit respite from the heat because it was around actually the temperature was around 40, 42
Oh, yeah.
degrees Celsius, but the real feel what they say regarding the humidity and all these things was real feel was like 48 degree, 49 degree in some places as well. So yeah, a lot better than that. But yeah, in terms of Arsenal, some positive things as well. So overall decent.
Yeah, so the news come out a couple of days ago. It's not signed and sealed yet, but it's looking like it's going to get done. The reports are that we've come to an agreement with Manchester City, 45 million for Gabriel Jesus. Just a matter of finalizing the deal and it should be done. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, very happy with the deal because it was very important for us to get a striker. Uh, both Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang left last season. So yeah, it is very important, and we showed the intent this time. Because in the past we have shown interest at very late, or we have been fallen behind due to our lacklusterness in the transfer window. But this season, the biggest change that I've seen is the intent to address all the positions and to get a clear plan in the transfer window. So the Gabriel Jesus transfer just epitomizes that, and I'm very happy because it's a very good signing, I do believe, because he's a top-notch striker. Yeah, his numbers in Manchester City in the Premier League is not that prolific, but I think Mikel Arteta's system suits him well, and he's one of those strikers who can press continuously, which Arteta demands a lot in his strikers and offensive players. So I think he'll be a very very good fit at Arsenal. So yeah, very elated with that. Still, we know it's still not official, but I think we can really say that Gabriel Jesus is going to be an Arsenal player next season.
Yeah, it's going to be a great signing for us. Getting a player from a very good team like Manchester City. He, as you said, the numbers are not that prolific at Man City, but he wasn't often played as an out and out striker there. Sometimes, Pep would pay him out on the wings, and he was never really given that longer run. Towards the end of last season, he did, and he showed that he can score a lot of goals. In one game he got 4 goals, wasn't it? So he
Yeah,
seems,
yeah,
he looks like he's a very good finisher. As you said, he's really good at pressing, a lot of energy, and he knows Arteta really well. So Arteta knows him really well, and hopefully he'll settle in quickly. He knows the Premier League as well, so that's another bonus for us. It shouldn't take him long to settle in, and hopefully he can hit the ground running, have a really good season for us next season, get a lot of goals, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. So another player that's been strongly linked with us, and it's looking like it could get done. Nothing's been announced really to say that any offers are accepted, but we are negotiating for Rafinha with Leeds. Your thoughts on that one?
excellent. I absolutely rate that player. He's a bowler. He's an absolute bowler. What he was doing at Leeds, even when they were struggling last season, was outstanding. And I think he's going to be a great signing as well. Because Rafinha, with his quality, the quality that he possesses on the wing is certainly very unique, and it's going to benefit us. But one of the things that concerns me that whether he will be taking the opportunities from either Martinelli or something like that. Because if he comes, then who starts in the left or in the right? So we know the Saka is going to start. it's obviously Martinelli who is going to be sacrificed for Rafinha if he comes. So that is a concern, but that is not worrying me, because it's always a good headache to have for Mikel Arteta, given you have some quality young players at your squad. And Rafinha signing, if we sign them, it will be a real good signing, I do believe, because he's truly a decent player. He's an underrated, very quality player. So it will be, we are making a meme. We are making a habit of signing Brazilian players. 3 Brazilian players already this season. We have had a fair share of Brazilians since Edu has arrived at our club, but now too much. But yeah, it's going to be deep science as well for us.
The point you're making about the competition for places, it will put pressure on the likes of Martinelli and Saka. That's going to be really good, I feel. So it's going to help to push them to a higher level. They'll get to learn from a really good player like Rafinha as well. And the options that Arteta has will help him to rotate more. We've got more games next season with the Europa League, and that competition for places is always really good, helping players to always maintain a higher level if they want to stay in the team and push them to perform better. So we're starting to see the pieces of a jigsaw come together. As you said, it seems that we do have a clear plan, and we are being very active, and we're doing it early, which is good to see. In terms of Rafinha, though, Leeds are playing hardball, it seems, with the negotiations, the amount of money they want. Rumor is that it's around 65 million. Would you pay that much for him?
Yeah, I will play. I will pay. Because he's a decent player. As I've said, he is more than we see. He's a quality player. He has a player. That Pepe did have, but he's more of a player. He has the qualities. He has the skills. He has the space, and he has the finishing as well. So he's a complete package in the wing. And as you said, one thing that is very important, that is squad depth, because we have had this issue for a long time, that whenever 1 or 2 players are injured, we are done and dusted. Then look at the past 2 seasons; it has happened repeatedly to us. Partey, Tierney gets injured last season, and we just squander our opportunity to get into the top 4. So I think this is the first time that I'm seeing that an Arsenal squad which has 2 players in each position who are not that much, who don't have that much difference in quality. If you see each and every position, you will see that the players are who can replace the other player. There is no certain starter in the squad. Apart from maybe if you say Saka or something like that, or maybe Gabriel Jesus at the start of the season. That if Gabriel Jesus is not performing, then the onus is on Eddie and Nketiah. If Eddie and Nketiah then can't replicate that, then we'll turning on to Gabriel Jesus. So it's great for a manager as well, because he has that option, that luxury, rotate his players in around all the competitions. As we clearly said, that we'll be playing a lot more games than we played last season. So it's a great thing to have. And given, as you've said, the money that we'll have to pay for Rafinha, we paid 72 million for Pepe. Look what has happened. Pepe was mostly doing great in France, but then in the Premier League, he just hasn't replicated that at all. But Rafinha, in a struggling Leeds team, has been doing excellently well for the past 2 seasons, and he is a Premier League material, and we have seen him shine in the Premier League. So I think it's much more safer for us to pay 65 million for Rafinha, and maybe add Nicola Pepe in the deal as well. Maybe get it down to 35 million plus Nicola Pepe. Who knows? I don't think Leeds are going to go with that, because I don't think Leeds are going to go with that. You have to pay the money, I think, upfront to get Rafinha.
Okay, yeah, and you mentioned about having a lot of Brazilian players coming in. We know Brazil play a really nice attacking blend of football, which is what we want to see here. The one thing I've heard a lot of criticism of Arteta is that we haven't really established an attacking identity yet. He's done really well with our defence, got us much more organised, and we have put in some great attacking performances. But in general, you would say that is the area where we've been lacking. But he's been working towards that, and we're going to hopefully now have quite a lot of Brazilian players in there. As I say, they play really nice football, and hopefully our help us to get back to playing that really nice attacking football that we were really famous for.
Absolutely, as you mentioned, it's our attacking identity, the beautiful football that we used to play in the Arsene Wenger era was completely diminished. In the past couple of seasons, you could see that a bit of that and bit of decent play in between. But that player, the beautiful football, with the positional football, which the kind of the sweet mixture of our attack and defense, and the swiveling moves and all those things were missing. So I think Arteta has addressed his problem, because we have got better defensively, that's for sure. We didn't concede in a corner for almost in, I think we conceded the first time from a corner against Crystal Palace, I think, or something like that. That was which was in April. So it shows the way we have defended, because in Arsene Wenger's time, or in the past, if I say, whenever there was a corner, my heart would have been pumping a lot faster, because I was kind of sure that out of two or three we're going to surely concede in one. So we have done exceedingly well in terms of our defense. The defensive recruitment has been superb, and it was quite vivid that our attacking was not up to the mark. Yeah, we had some decent players, but as a unit, we were not doing well. We were not playing that the brand of football that Arsenal generally plays. That we have been playing for so long. So now it quite clearly shows that Arteta is looking to rectify and resolve that as well. We needed an upgradation, because Lacazette was not good enough last season, and even if he stayed this season, we would have needed another striker, because he's just beyond his prime at this moment. I do believe. I don't know. Maybe he will do good things for Lyon, but French league and Premier League is a completely different ball game. So we needed the influx of attacking players, and we have been doing that. So it just feels good, because in the past we have been asking for all these things, and it didn't happen. But this time it is just looking a bit more promising than the last seasons, because yeah, we are a bit more optimistic, and everybody kind of, as a general feeling I can see around the Gunners is that yeah, they like the intent. So we all like the intent from the club, that yeah, we want these players and we're going to get them. So this is the mindset, the change of mentality is kind of, we have to appreciate. And so yeah, very happy with that.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what's the general vibe out there now in your supporters group in terms of looking ahead to next season? Not long to go now. Preseason games will be starting soon. What's the feeling?
Yeah, the feeling is up very, very good, to be honest, because it was quite dampening at the end of last season, because we were, everybody was expecting that we are going to get the Champions League, but then the unfortunate events that happened in the span of those two matches was quite disheartening. People were disappointed, as it surely is, because we all were expecting a top four last season after the way it was panning out, after we got the victory against, I think, after we got the victory against Chelsea, United, West Ham, and then we went on to get a victory against Leeds as well. So everybody was expecting us to, get to the top four, but then yeah, we made a mistake. And so, but now the mood is uplifted, especially due to the links that we have been seeing in the transfer market, because the players that we are wanting to sign. So it just makes everybody happy, because supporters are they just follow their favorite football club blindly. So whenever this kind of positive things happen, everybody's mood gets better. I think it's the same in everywhere, not just here in Bengal or in India, but around the world, in London, Melbourne, wherever the Arsenal supporters are, in Mexico, wherever the Gunners are. So yeah, the overall feeling is quite good. We are quite happy the way the club is, looking to sign the players that we really need. So yeah.
Okay. And then just to finish on this week's show, I wanted to ask you a little bit about some of the other big transfers in the Premier League. So it was announced a little while ago, but that Holland is going to Manchester City. We know what a great player he is. His record is so impressive, getting goals all the time in the Bundesliga, in the Champions League, for his national team. How do you think he'll do in the Premier League?
I think he's going to do good. He's a top-notch player. You have to say that he's a goal-scoring machine so far that we have seen him doing in the Bundesliga or for Norway in the international stage. So yeah, he's going to be a great signing, I do believe, for City. But it's Premier League. You just never know, because we have seen big players. Look what happened to Lukaku. Lukaku was scoring tons of goals for Inter Milan last season. Look what happened when Chelsea resigned him, and now they're loaning him back to Inter Milan yet again. So you just never know. But Haaland, the general expectation is that he's going to replicate his form at Manchester City as well. But maybe you can't just look. You have to learn from past as well. Look what happened to Jack Grealish. Everybody was expecting so much from Jack Grealish after his move last season. What happened? His performance was completely underwhelming. So it can happen, but I think the first season won't be determining the quality of player Haaland is. I think sooner or later Haaland is going to, you know, perform for them. But I do believe that if you ask me my personal opinion, I think Haaland is going to do well for City in this season as well. I think his first season is going to be not going to be as disastrous as people may fear.
Okay, and Liverpool, they've signed in a guy called Nunes, paid
Yeah, top
money for
player.
it.
Yeah, 100 million for Darwin Nunes. I think I followed him in Benfica, and I saw some of his matches for Uruguay as well. So I think he's a decent player as well. Maybe he's more of a tall, lanky player who can. Isn't it? Yeah, he's a lanky player, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a big.
Isn't that Darwin?
So yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That yeah. So he's a decent player. I think he's going to be a decent signing as well. And all the clubs around the top six are making decent signings, except one club. We're getting Manchester United. All that's been happening. The pundits are running their mouth, and they're. I think I am enjoying this. United are not doing well in the transfer market yet again. So yeah, it just feels good. But yeah, if you really tell me about the signings that the clubs have made some decent signings, Zuma is going to be a good signing for them as well. So yeah, overall, we can see the teams around us are improving. They're trying to get stronger, and it just feels good to see that we're trying to replicate the same, and we're trying to improve as well, which we haven't done so far in the past. Where all the teams are addressing their problems, but we are not doing so because we are being lazy there. But this season, we just can't complain about that. So it's all that awaits where right now is, we make the signings at the proper positions that we need. I think we are going to go for Lisandro Martinez as well at Ajax. He's a top defender as well because he's a left-footed defender, can be a potential, replacement or understudy of Gabriel. So yeah, it just looks good at this very. We have to, because recruitment is not everything. You have to The players will have to perform on the pitch as well. So hopefully, the good start continues. The good start that started in the transfer market continues, you know, for the first weeks of the games. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope we have a really good preseason. It's important to get the players in early, get them integrated into the team, work on tactics. So we're really ready for that first game of the season. And not long to go, as I say now, just be the first preseason game. Then we got quite a few games through July for preseason in America. We've got the Emirates Cup game here as well. I mean, yeah, 5th of August, the big one. Crystal Palace away. Exciting times.
Yeah. Because all last season, the Crystal Palace away game, started our downfall. We lost 3 games, Crystal Palace, then second, Brighton at home, and then Southampton. So you'll have to ensure, and none of those clubs were, it was looking that menacing. We are not expected to lose there. All of those matches we expected to get at least 6 or 7 points out of those 3 games. And again, this season, at the start of the season, this time we do have some, on paper it looks that those games are not that menacing, or not that dangerous, but those can be dangerous if we get complacent yet again. I do really believe that we were complacent last season in that Crystal Palace game particularly. So we can't be that this season. We need a positive start. We need a solid start, and the foundation has been built because the manager and the owners. You can't just blame them this time, because if they get all the players that we need, then the onus is now completely on the players to perform on the pitch.
Yeah, let's hope they do. And really looking forward to watching us in pre-season now, seeing some of our new signings in action, seeing us play again. It feels so long for summer break. but nearly done now. And soon we'll have some football to watch and talk about. So yeah, bro, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, inviting me to your channel as well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, bro. Always a pleasure to have you on. So that's all from us. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.